Hello, you guys. Welcome to YouTube land. How you guys doing today? Just standing outside getting some fresh air and throwing up a little daily and wanted to say hi. How you guys doing? Hope you're having a blessed day. And we're just standing out here just thanking God how good I am. How good God is, how good I am. Just thanking God how good he has been to me. I've been going through some things with my mom, and she's going through having a craniotomy, and I just want to share a little quick story that has happened to me in my life and in my time. you know um, I've suffered myself. um, I've had two craniotomies, and just going to the doctor one day, always complaining about headaches and you know, not paying attention to my health. When you're a mom, I was married, had two young children at that time, running, getting off of work, picking one up from school, the other one up from daycare, and I went to the doctor, just complaining about regular headaches. And the doctor was like, oh, you always come in here, you always complaining about headaches. I want to do just a regular x-ray. And I'm like, what do you need an x-ray for? I don't have time. I don't have time to go to the doctor. Just give me something for my sinus. Just give me something for a headache and let me keep going. So I wouldn't stop. And I was just like, I don't have time. So he just took a regular x-ray with me standing forward. And they gave me probably some Claritin, some Flonase and stuff because I got bad allergies. And, I thought it was all good. About 3-4 days later, the doctor called my job. And they left a message for it was very important for me to give them a call. They had also called my home, my cell, my mother. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is these ninjas calling everybody? So, I don't have time. I'm still, I don't have time. I got to go get my baby. I got to go get my daughter. I got to get my daughter to cheerleader practice. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do the other. So anyway, make a long story short, I finally give the doctor a phone call back. And they're like, you need to come in. We need to talk to you. It's very important. And I'm like, for what? What y'all want? Y'all ain't finna do nothing. I ain't got time for that. Ma'am, we need to see you. It's very urgent that you get in. So I go over, and the doctor like, can you come in my office? Girl, me and this eyelash. I'm wearing this eyelash. Can you come into my office? I need to talk to you. So I go into the doctor's office, and I have my little baby at that time. He was about 4 or 5 years old. I have him in my arm. He's like, can you come in and have a seat? And I come in, and I have a seat, and I sit down. And he said, your x-ray came back fine. It was just a regular x-ray of my sinuses. And I'm like, okay, so what are you calling my job for? What do you want? Why are you bothering me? I don't have time for this. I got to go home. I got to cook. I got a husband. I got 2 kids. What do you want? He said, the x-ray came back fine, but what we found was a growth. And it's about the size of a 50-cent piece. It has eaten through your skull and it's headed to your brain. And I said, what? At that time, I'm sitting at the desk, and I have my 4-year-old son in my lap. And I looked at him, and he said it again. He said it's about the size of a 50-cent piece. It has eaten through your skull, and it's headed to your brain. I literally dropped my child on the ground in disbelief at what that doctor has said to me. He said, right now, I need you to go over to Desert Radiologist. I need you to go get a CT scan, an MRI. They're waiting for you right now. I have stat on everything, And the neurosurgeon is waiting. As soon as you get the test done, they're waiting on you, And I'm like, I'm just sitting there in disbelief. I couldn't even move at that point. I just sat. And they ran and grabbed my baby off the ground because I dropped him. And they were like, ma'am, are you okay? Do we need to call anybody? And I was just sitting there crying, I didn't know what to do at that point. I just didn't know what to do. So to make a long story short, within a week, they did a CT scan, MRI. I was in a neurosurgeon's office. I had brain surgery, a craniotomy, my entire left side. They shaved my entire head. They removed my skull on this entire side. Thank God there was no cancer. When I say I'm a testimony, I am a living testimony. And there was no cancer. 4 weeks later, I had surgery number 2. I had a second craniotomy for reconstructive surgery. So, you know, when this came and my mother was facing having to have a brain surgery, I say, you know, Lord, my mother have called me so many times to testify to people and to tell them how good God is. I know how good God is because I'm a living testimony. And when I say I am a living testimony, I am a living testimony. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. So don't tell me what my God can't do, because I know what my God can do. And when my mother had to face what she had to go through, man, we've been on eggshells. But you know what? I know if I can come through 2 back to back, she can make it through that 1. And she did. Thank you, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And share. Thank you, guys. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good.